the few days that we had off now were really good. A bunch of us got to get away and rest our legs and spend some quality time with our families, which always means a lot, especially when we get back. It's going to be a ton of games. You got the Open Cup starting for us. You got Champions League starting in the early fall and things like that. So any break we can get, I think will do good for us in the long run. Getting back to when we start playing again, it's nice that we'll be playing at home. So to kind of keep that momentum going and playing the first game back at home will be great.
Now that you're at the break and you look at the way the season's played out, does it almost feel like two different seasons? The way that you started 1-6, your last 7 you've only lost, 5-1-1. Just the way that it's played out so far.
It's been a bizarre season, that's for sure. After we started 1-6, we tried to wipe the slate clean and go on a good run after that, which we have done. So it seems like so long ago that we were playing in the snow in Colorado and losing and things like that. So it's nice to be into the summer months now on a winning streak and towards the top of the table.
I know confidence is probably the biggest reason this team seems to be very sharp right now, but it also looks like you guys play well when your backs up against the wall.
Yeah, we responded pretty well. I think we had some tough meetings with Jesse and with the coaching staff and some tough talks internally. And we all responded pretty well. So for the most part, we have a very strong group, a very strong mentality, and I hope that in the long run, that's what carries us to the title.
The fact that, earlier we talked about maybe rust or maybe not sharp. How do you keep that sharpness when you go back, with this break right now?
That's always tough, but I think that's it's on us, but it's also on the coaching staff to get us in good trainings while also giving us days off. I think we're going to work on a little bit of fitness as well so that we don't lose that. I think there's going to be a friendly game in there too where we can work on our sharpness and things like that. So, but like I said, the important thing is we have to play at home, and you always feel more comfortable at home. So we'll go up against Seattle in a couple of weeks, and we'll be in front of our home fans, and that'll be great.
Finally, it took some time, but it looks like the chemistry between you and the rest of the team and BWP is back where it needs to be.
Yeah, Brad's a great goal scorer. I said in an interview that I don't think anybody will be surprised when he's got 20 goals or something like that at the end of the season. So now he's worked his way up to near the top of the Golden Boot standings, where we all expected him to be, and now he's been on a good run. Between me and him, we've been clicking, and so the more times I can set him up for success, the better the team off is going to be.
There's been a lot of chatter about you and MVP at the middle point of the season. Have you heard any of that, and how do you guard against that?
I mean, I read it, and that's great and everything, and it's nice to be recognized for having a good start to the season, but we're not even at the halfway point yet, and I think it's all very premature, and I'm not going to pay attention to it that much.
Who would be your MVP if you had to vote right now in MLS?
It's a tough one, but probably Sebastian Giovinco again. You see how valuable he is to his team. Scoring and assisting on pretty much every goal that they've scored this season is a pretty big feat. So for me, he's special.
You have some experience with Anderlecht in the UEFA Champions League. CONCACAF Champions League draw was a few days ago. What are your thoughts on how that's going to play out? You got to go down to Guatemala and El Salvador.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for the tournament. I think one of our goals when I joined the club was to qualify for Champions League first and foremost, which we did. Now we're in it, and it's going to be a tough road. People will say we have a favorable draw, but I've played in El Salvador with the national team, and I've played in Guatemala with the national team as well, and those are both two very hard places to play. Takes a strong mentality. It's going to be a hostile environment probably. The field is probably not going to be great either, and it's going to be a tough challenge. So we've got to make sure that we take care of our points at home, and when we go on the road, we have a real warrior mentality.
It's not necessarily up to you, but are you expecting close to a full-strength team when you guys go down there?
I think so. Excuse me. I haven't talked to Jesse about that much yet, but I would assume so. I think we're going to take the tournament very seriously. Our goal isn't just to participate in it, but to give ourselves a chance to win the title, and so the first part is always to qualify for the next round. And so when I played at Anderlecht, our goal was always that we wanted to play European football after Christmas. And so that's the same goal here. We want to play European football in the new year, or European Champions League football in the new year. So first and foremost, we got to concentrate on those 4 group stage games and make sure we put ourselves in a position to be in the knockout round.